Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Six Shot, this Six Shot Gaming Channel. And today I just want to bring you my very own tier list. I want to take my own take of the tier list. I see every other YouTubers doing it, and I know I'm not no top tier player or anything like that, but I do feel like I have some good knowledge on the game, even though I can't execute it, my knowledge on a top tier level. But this is my tier list, and how I feel where the character placement should be. And remember, this is my own opinion, so don't get mad if your favorite character is too low or a certain character is too high. If anything, we could debate about it and see, and we could talk and see if you could change my mind about the tier placement. But anyways, let's get started with this video. So the way I had the tier list, to me, is going to be S+, S, S-, A+, and so on and so forth. So to me, the best character in this game is Adult Gohan. I'm sorry for people who think Android 16 is the best character, but I think Adult Gohan is the best character in this game, and I'm about to explain my reasons for that. So reasons why I think Adult Gohan is top tier, because he has some of the best normals in this game. His standing medium is a low attack, and it's 2 hitting, so it's easy for hit confirms. His down medium has great range. His standing medium has good range also. And his command normal, his 3H is very good as well, because it has invincibility on startup against airborne attacks. And then I feel like he has some of the best. He's more well-rounded, not the best, but he's more well-rounded at 16, because he could zone better than 16. It was a Masenko attack from full screen. Even though he can't do it in the air, this is still a very, very huge tool to have. Then he has a invincible DP, so that's like really great if you get combos off of it. And then he has 2 normals that he could start a juggle off of jump cancels. Everybody could do down medium to standing medium, but then he could do down medium, standing medium to 3 heavy, and that's very good. Then he has unlocked potential, which gives him a damage buff, and he gets a hard knockdown off his enhanced teleport. Then mid screen he get mix-ups also with a help of assist with his lightning legs. And this is very good mid screen, even though you could get around this. But the main thing to me that makes him a top tier over everybody else is when you're in the corner, you just cannot play against Adult Gohan. When you're in the corner and he has meter, he can just lock you down just like so, and it's like so difficult. There's nothing you can really do. You might as well just throw down your controller, because you're going to be in this blender for days, and he can just mix you up and mix you up and mix you up over and over and over, and eventually you're going to get hit. So that's why I think he's top tier. Then he has loop combos in the corner, and sorry for my loop combos are not optimized yet. I'm just now learning them, so I will get them down packed. But this is all the reasons why I think Adult Gohan is the best character in the game. 16 gets the spot right under Gohan to me, though, because he also is a very, very excellent character in this game. He's more easier to use than Gohan, and he has this ridiculous standing heavy attack that has armor and ridiculous range. It's like this move is kind of just crazy, and it just plows through everything, and you get a combo for that. So that's one reason why this movie brings him to a top tier status. He also have a command grab that puts you into a hard knockdown, and from there you get all tons of mix-ups. But the reason why I feel like Gohan is better than him in this situation is because it's still a guessing game, right? Where there is a guessing game with Gohan type of mix-up too, but it's more pressure with Gohan's than it is with 16. There's definitely ways to get out of this. It's hard. It's very hard to get out of this, but there is ways to get out of it. And 16 has lockdown pressure as well, but it's nowhere near as strong as Adult Gohan lightning legs. The plus frames and it can be punished, because the plus frames on the Hell Heat, the quarter circle back version, can be interrupted or reflected, and the quarter circle forward version is neutral and block, and you can't interrupt it, but you can reflect it as well. So it's like a 50-50 game, but all you have to do is reflect and you can punish 16. So so Cell to me is in the S tier, and he's the lone S character, because he's right there with Adult Gohan in 16. He has great normals. He has a full screen command grab. He has Kamehameha, zoning pressure. He has safe special moves. He has almost the whole tool set. He just not super cheap like how adult Gohan and 16 are. Adult Gohan could just not make you just play at all, and a 16 could almost do the same, but it feels like you could always play when you're facing a Cell. So yeah. And he got, like I said, he has great normals. His down M is a great sliding normal. He could do double. He could delay his standing medium and do it twice. He has a command low that he can add to the end of his block strings. So this character is like just almost there. If he just has something cheap, like plus frame pressure that he could just loop over and over and over again, then he'd be just right there. But he gets excellent damage in the corner, as you can just see. Like, this is what keeps him really, really up there, because when he's in the corner, his damage is just ridiculous with his loops. And he could add an extra bar to get even more damage. And the loops is pretty simple. And his down heavy is great for Cell, because even though he can't extend the combos the normal way like all the other characters, his down heavy takes you to the corner, and that's where you want to be with. You want to be in the corner with Cell, so you get this damage just like so. And he has good air mobility. He has like good air to air moves. Like, he could do a triple overhead or a double overhead into the low, and that's just very good. So I'll just say, like, I feel Cell is just right under 16 and Gohan, and he's alone by himself in the S tier. This is my opinion. I don't know if people feel like he's better than some characters, but that's just how I feel. So moving on to the S- tier. This tier to me has Goku Black, Kid Buu, and Hit. Goku Black has a lot of tools, just like Cell, but he's not as good as Cell. But he has a lot of tools as well, and he could jump into the S tier, but he just missed a couple of tools. But he got the full screen command grab into the Kamehameha, and those are very good things to mix up with on block. He has teleports that he could do for free, and when you do the enhanced version, he goes behind your back. He got super moves that he could use in the air or in the ground, so that's very good. Like, Goku Black is a very solid character. The only thing I say he was lacking is opening people up by himself, where all the other characters that's before him can't open people up. But he has good normals, long range. He has a good auto combo, good normals. They can reach. His down heavy and his standing heavy are like godlike. Those are one of the good things about Goku Black. Those two ones right there has a huge hitbox. He has a dive kick. That's pretty good. He got air attacks in the air. His God Slice is also pretty good and safe on block. And like, he's a good character. Like, he's just missing something to put him up there with Cell, Gohan, and Angel 16. But besides that, he's pretty straight. There's no going wrong with having Goku Black on your team at all. Now, Kid Buu to me is second on this list. And I know people probably going to think Hit is better than Kid Buu, but I don't think so at all. Kid Buu has the punishing tools, almost the same punishing tools as Hit. He has this low that's very, very good, and he can catch you from basically full screen. He got good air control with his Kamehameha. He got good ground control with his Candy Beam. He got good normals. His standing, he got the assist is good as well. He got good normals with his standing medium and down medium. He got good air-to-air attacks with his standing medium. It's like kind of hard to contest that in the air. He got a good jumping air attack, which he could apply. It's like a whole block string pressure game with Kid Buu, which I don't exactly know yet, which I will learn. But from what I've seen, that makes him a very hard character to deal with. And he could just mix you up in better ways than Hit could. His supers is less desirable. Like, in the corner, his supers is very good, but super doesn't really have too much great range compared to other characters. And his level 1 can only be done on the ground, even though he has a level 1 he could do in the air. But besides that, I feel like he's right below Hit. Alright, sorry for the no more clips, but that was kind of taking forever trying to grind up all these clips. So I'm going to try to just run through the rest of some of these characters and The ones that I feel like I really need to explain, then I'm gonna put clips on the screen for. But with Hit, I feel Hit has a hard time opening somebody up. Now I know that sounds crazy, all the left-right mix-up stuff he has, but besides that, he has a very slow low. He has a triple overhead option from an instant air dash, but besides that, he's kind of hard. Like if you playing against a real good defensive player as a Hit, it's kind of hard to get you to open a person up. But that's just how I feel with Hit. Now moving on to the A+ tier, I feel like Android 21 is by herself with this tier, and I only feel this when she gets the right abilities. When she doesn't have the right abilities, she's probably around A minus or like that. But when she gets the right abilities, she can be an A+ tier. She's very rare to fight against. When she with the right assist, she gets great damage, like mid screen or corner. She get crazy damage off of the dunks and assist to extend that. So, and her level 3 super, where on her Candy Bean level 3 super, she gains health back from there. So those is all. She got good normals. She almost got Kid Buu like normals and stuff with her down medium. She got good range. She got command grab, and she gets command grab when she absorbs the right person. So all that stuff is pretty good. So she gets around the A+ tier. Now going on to the A tier, we got Tien, we got Blue Goku, and we got Android 18. Now I know some of y'all is probably gonna be like, why the hell Android 18 is all the way on the has fault side and Tien is on this side? Well, to me, Tien has great pressure options. Tien could do stuff better mid-screen and in the corner than 18 can. 18 could do stuff mid-screen, but she's really excels in the corner. Like her corner game is probably one of the best corner games in this entire game. But her neutral, while Tien has good neutral, he has a Dodon range where you could zone from. He has good mix up between his flying crane and his low volleyball attack. He has a command grab super with Chaozu. It takes a little time to come out, but when you're in the air, you can't. There's no way to avoid it unless you do an advantage. And then there's sometimes where your opponent vanishes and then Chaozu still grabs you, and it takes away a whole bunch of damage. His supers doesn't do his supers has like the minimum damage scaling as well. And even though the one bad thing about Tien is that he loses health when you do his supers, but besides that, Tien is an excellent character, and I think he's very underrated. Now moving on to Goku Blue. Goku Blue is good because he has great normals, right? He has his auto combo, his second hand is light, and the third is overhead, and you can mix this in with his down medium attack to make it a hard to react mix up. But the way to get around this is just by reflecting, but it's still a good thing to do. In the corner, his pressure is kind of crazy. He has a for free teleport with an instant transmission attack, and it's plus frames. The quarter circle 4 versions plus frames on block, but you can punish it with a down heavy. But if you do block it, he's plus frames. He got good pressure. He's a good rush down character. He don't have no zoning tools, so that's pretty bad. But besides that, he can handle himself in the neutral better than Android 18 can. And in the corner, he's not as dangerous as Android 18, but he does have some crazy stuff in the corner as well when it comes to pressure wise. And mid-screen, his pressure is better than Android 18. So this is why I think he gets the little nudge over Android 18. But he doesn't get it over Tien because Tien could do things from anywhere on the screen where Goku Blue can't. Now moving on to the A- tier, and this tier might be the most controversial tier when it comes to my character placement and stuff like that. So I know people is gonna be like, "What? They're gonna question my tier," but this is how I feel. So I'm just gonna name off the characters to have in this tier, and I'm gonna go from there. So I have Goku, regular Goku being the best character in this tier, followed by Trunks, Frieza, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Ginyu, Yamcha, and Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta. So I think it's self-explanatory why I think Goku is the best character in this game. Because Goku is the most all-around character in this game. Because he has tools that he can use. Even though he's probably the most basic, he has tools that he has his Kamehameha tools that he can use in the air, also in the ground. So his zoning game is probably the best, definitely the best, probably the best zoning game in this game. He got good pressure. He got good, like he has a tool for every situation. And to me, that makes him the best character in the A- tier. And then it goes to Trunks. Trunks is almost the same as well. He has tools for every situation. He has great mobility. He got the Masenko. He has an overhead slashing shining slash attack. He has the change the future attack, where it hits airborne opponents. It has a huge hitbox. He has a command grab for level 3. He has very good stuff. He has a good mix-ups in his tools. He has a good down heavy. He got good range. He has a good down medium. It's like he's very good. But I think the air control of Goku makes him better than Trunks. Then moving on, we got Frieza. Now Frieza, I feel like he has very good ground zoning that makes him very, very dangerous. And he also got some good pressure as well. His combos is a little bit more lacking than others. Like he can't extend combos, so it's probably a little bit harder to get greater damage. But he's still good as well. He got good supers. He got supers that he can use in the air and the ground. He has an install super that gives him a damage buff, a speed buff, stuff like that. And if you stack that top with Sparking, that's pretty good. His zoning game is the real good thing that puts him in his tier to me and puts him right there. His zoning game on the ground is really, really good. So moving on, we got Vegeta. Now I know a lot of people feel like Vegeta's trash. The only thing good about him is assists. And there's other people that think Vegeta is actually good. I'm one of those people who think Vegeta is really, really good and definitely better than Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now I'm going to explain the reasons why. So even though this is an offensive heavy game, I feel like the way to play Vegeta is to be more defensive with Vegeta. You should play him more hit and run tactics, be annoying with your key blast attacks, bait them into super dashing because people know you could super dash through weak key blast attacks. Bait them into super dashing, punish them from there. Punish the gaps in people's block strings with his invincible DP, which is very, very good. He's like one of the few characters with invincible DP. He got good supers. He got a dive kick he could combo off of. He has better tools. He got better zoning tools. He has good tools, and his assist is godlike. His assist is probably the best assist in the game. He has tools that makes him a very good character to me. And he could also apply a little bit of offense. He does better at applying offense with assists, but he could still apply some offense. And I feel like he can get a hit better than a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta can. And that's just my opinion. We could argue about it in the comment section below, but I feel like he's better than Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I definitely feel like he's better than what people are giving him credit for. Now, moving on to Ginyu. Ginyu is right in the middle to me in this tier, in this A- tier, because he has tools with his Ginyu Force that could make him very, very good. By himself, he's pretty okay. His whole gimmick is with the Ginyu Force, and when you have the right Ginyu Force member, he could be very dangerous. The Goldo Ginyu Force Call could freeze opponents to extend combos, stuff like that. You could do Vanish to kick them into Goldo, to freeze them, to extend combos. You could do the Jada and Burst Assist with the whatever you want to call it, the Thunder Flash, whatever you want to call it, and just do a regular overhead attack, and you can get a combo from there. he had the glitch, which made him really good, but they took away one glitch. But he still has another glitch with the infinites, with the raccoon thing, with the hit stun decay and stuff like that. And that's pretty OP. That glitch makes him pretty crazy. But even without counting that glitch, he's a pretty good character. And I feel like his range on his normals, the little stuff he could do with his Ginyu stuff, makes him just right dead center, an average A- character. Now, moving on to Yamcha. Yamcha, to me, is a rushdown heavy character. He's very good at what he does that, but he has some faults. His Wolf Fang Fist pressure is very, very good, but when you don't have an assist and you try to get crazy and a little bit sneaky with his step through attacks, those can be easily punished. But he has very good frame traps, stuff like that. He got standing heavies, a frame trap if on block. He got gaps in between his pressure when your opponent's pressing buttons. They will be hit if they try to press buttons. So he's very good with that. He got a good down, not even a good. He got a very good down heavy kick. That's very good. Only thing that really lacks with him is that he don't really have the damage input. He has to do a lot to get damage, but coupled with the right assist, he's very hard to deal with. But he definitely has his faults. His Kamehameha is on the slower side, on a very, very slow side. It's probably the slowest Kamehameha in the game, so that makes him the slowest Kamehameha user. So that's kind of But besides that, he's a good character. Now, moving on to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. I feel Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is good, but he's not that good. And people think that his offense is definitely way better than Super Saiyan Blues and stuff like that. I understand with the record pressure and everything like that, but to beat this out, if you do any type of delayed record pressure, all you gotta do is just reflect to beat it out, right? So the best way to apply pressure with his records is with an assist. And if you don't have the right assist, you could easily get blown up. And by himself, it's hard for him to get hits all by himself, because like I said, his record pressure can be easily deflected. So it's like, But he has a air command grab, so that's pretty good. He can catch air people that like to jump a lot. That's pretty good to use. He has good Ki Blast attacks. That's pretty good as well. But it's just Vegeta by himself, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta by himself is just a character you're gonna struggle to get a hit with, because by himself he's not that great. He has the left-right mix-up, but like I said, you gotta spend meter to get left-right mix-ups. And you could easily punish his record pressure with the flex or anything else. So that's why I feel like he's like the weakest character in the A- tier. So moving on to the B+ tier, I have Gotenks as the top character in the B+ tier. I feel like he does things better than everybody else in the B+ tier. I've seen people have Gotenks kind of higher on their list. They have him pretty high up. They probably have him on the A tier or stuff like that. But I think the range of Gotenks normals kind of makes him not too desirable. But he has a lot of tools. He has zoning tools. He got a volleyball. He has like a volley, not a volleyball, but a consecutive volleyball energy attack. That's very good. But the angle he shoots that down on is not as good as even Super Saiyan Vegeta's. And Super Saiyan Vegeta's one is not that great. The angle that fire downs at, but it's definitely better than Gotenks' angle. But he has a victory cannon attack that's pretty good, and you could cancel it for pressure and stuff like that to catch people off guard once you condition them to block. He has like the Fury Fist pressure. Mix that with assist. That's pretty good by itself. But when you mix that in with, when you do that with the hands version is plus frames on block. Now he almost has the same type of pressure, that adult Gohan has, right? But adult Gohan is airborne with his lightning legs. So he could get overheads and stuff like that. Gotenks is not airborne when he does his hands Fury Fist attack. So you can't get the same type of mix-up option that you can with adult Gohan. But you can get some things once you condition your opponent to not press buttons and block. And you can mix your opponent up from there. He has a good assist. His down being is pretty okay with the range. He's basically just a solid character. He's not too great, but he's not bad at all. He's just a solid character in his tier. Now, moving on to Piccolo. Piccolo, I feel like what makes him above Gohan, Teen Gohan, and Beerus in his tier is that he has the mix-up game that's pretty hard to deal with. Well, on a higher level, at first it's pretty hard to deal with, but on a higher level, all you just basically gotta know that they all cross-ups. Like his quarter circle forward medium, I believe, and the enhanced version are just all, or is it quarter circle back? I can't remember. One of those, whatever it is, they're just cross-ups. So once the opponent knows those cross-ups, those are easy to deal with. But what really makes him good, he has a double medium attack. And then the real meat of his game is his corner pressure, mixed in with the Hellzo grenade stuff. That alone just makes him good. He's just a very hard character to deal with in the corner. And he has a good Ki Blast attack. Special Ki Blast attack. It's a homing move. And it's a weak Ki Blast attack, so you can't super dash through it. But you could place like 2 or 3 of them on the screen at one time. Make your opponent super dash at you and then punish your attempt at that. Punish the super dash attempt. And so on and so forth. So I think he's the second best character in the B+ tier. Moving on from there is Beerus. I feel like Beerus, he's not that great, but he's not that bad. He's just neutral. His Ki Blast, like his special Ki Blast attacks, can't all be super dash through, so that's pretty bad. But he has a command grab level 3 that does hella damage. He has a little, at the beginner stage, he has like a little cross-up move that will catch you off guard. But later on, once you learn how to block it, it's not that hard to deal with. What makes him, what makes him pretty good, really good, is that he has a full screen down medium that travels full screen, so he could get in on you in a distance. And in the air, he has some good air normals, and he could just throw out his down heavy in the air. And if you get hit, that's a combo. Like that move is a pretty good move. In the corner, he has some good corner pressure in the corner as well, makes him an assist and stuff like that. But to me, he's just not better than Gotenks or Piccolo. His down heavy is it's down heavy is pretty bad. But yeah. And then moving on to Teen Gohan. Now Teen Gohan to me is the worst character in this tier. He does excellent damage. His damage is crazy, especially if you learn the bomb loops and stuff like that. But what he's lacking is a full screen zoning presence. I think if he just had a Masenko, he would probably be the best character in this tier, just because of the damage. But since he don't have a Masenko, he's missing the full screen like zoning presence. He's also missing what is he missing? He don't have very good range. His down medium is probably one of his better range attacks, but it's pretty slow. So it's like And everything else is like, he got short stubby normals and stuff like that. So everything else is pretty bad when it comes to normals. He don't have no insane like pressure with his lightning legs like Gohan does. But he does has an invincible DP, so the getting through gaps on when you're being pressured, that's pretty good. His level 1 super is not that great. It can only really be, you can only really combo into it in the corner. His level 3 is pretty good though, and yeah, he's just not that great of a character to me. Like, if he just had a Masenko, that would just make him way better. Like a Masenko that you could do in the air and in the ground, that would just make him a way better character. But yeah, that's how I feel about Teen Gohan. Now moving on to the B- tier. Now this is where I feel I don't have that much knowledge on these characters because I don't really play these characters at all. I tried out Majin Buu or like that, but Nappa I haven't really tried out at all. But I feel like Nappa, from what I've seen, right, tournament play, high level play, stuff like that, I feel like Nappa is the better character. Reason why is because he has better pressure, right? Especially with his Cybermen, right? And it's easier. His Cybermen mix-up is much more easier to do than Majin Buu's Fat Buu throw mix-up. It's just really much easier. You don't need assist to do your Cybermen mix-up. You just need certain hits to connect with Nappa, and then you get your your Cybermen mix-up, and especially in the corner is really crazy. So that's pretty good, right? And he can just always do a Cyberman mix-up. I feel like he zones better. He has better zoning tools than Majin Buu, right? He has an armored move, right? That's pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty, like, I just feel like he does, his assist is better than Majin Buu's. So yeah, I just feel like he's just slightly better than Majin Buu because of he's easier to use. He has the Cyberman mix-up that's easier to do than Fat Buu on Fat Buu or Majin Buu's Fat Throw mix-up. And yeah, does he has better supers? No, he don't have better supers. He doesn't have better supers, but he's just better. I don't know. To me, he's just better than Majin Buu. Now, move on to Majin Buu. Majin Buu probably has a better mix-up option than Nappa. And when you get the Fat Throw mix-up and you do like the Vortex over and over and over again, it's like it's a done deal, right? Majin Buu's like a very good character if you could get the Fat Buu mix-up on, right? And then Majin Buu has great air normals. His down heavy in the air, his standing heavy in the air is very good. It has very long range and stuff like that. But the thing is, he's not that easy to use, right? His combo game, which it could make him a better character at times when it comes to combos than most characters, because he could combo in ways that certain characters can't combo and do certain block strings and still convert all those block strings that certain characters couldn't. But it's harder to do, right? Then for you to do the Fat Throw mix-up, you always need a assist to get that mix-up off. Where in Nappa, you don't need assist to get a Cyberman off. You just do a certain hit, and then you have enough time to get Cyberman out, and then that's it. That's it, and you get a mix-up from there. But Fat Buu, even though his mix-up may be stronger once it happens, you need the assist to do it to extend your combos, and to find the right timing off of throwing the Fat Throw off the assist. It takes some practice. It's not that easy either. You have to practice to figure out the exact timing to throw to do the Fat Throw off of the assist. But if you're able to get this off, he's a dangerous character. He's definitely dangerous because he can just loop you over and over and over and over again with this, and just a 50-50 mix-up that you gotta guess. But the problem is catching the opponent with the Fat Throw mix-up. Now moving on to B-. Yeah, so moving on to B-, and if I messed up and said that the Nappa and Majin Buu tier is the B- tier, I'm sorry, that's the B tier. I think I did mess up on that, but sorry. So moving on to the B- tier, and I feel like Krillin is the lone character in this tier. To me, Krillin is the worst character in the game, and it's not even close. And this is where I'm not going to get lazy, and I'm going to get clips to show why Krillin is the worst character in the game. So yeah, Krillin is very bad to me in this game. His normals are utter garbage. He has very, very short range on his normals. Like his standing light attack is trash. Compared to Goku, look how close I gotta be with Goku to hit an opponent, right? Like, I gotta be close, but not that close, right? But if I go the same range with Krillin, I'm like nowhere near even touching. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. And then his down light is just as bad as well. It hits low, that's very good, but you gotta be right up on. You have to be right up on a opponent to hit with your light attack. His second hit, his auto combo is pretty alright, but his third hit is pretty trash. He got a good standing medium attack though. It got good range. It could have better range. His down medium is okay. It got better range. If you compare Goku's down medium, right, and then you compare it to Krillin's down medium, it's really whatever. It don't really have that much range. Like, his range of those moves is pretty whatever. His standing heavy is pretty. It has some good range. His standing heavy, but his down heavy is garbage. You have to be right up on an opponent for it to hit, and then to try to use it as an anti-air. Don't even try to use that move as an anti-air. That move is just trash. It'll be better off if you was able to have his down heavy in the air as his standing heavy. Like, come on. So I feel like Krillin should be used as a pesky zoner because he has one of the better Kamehamehas in this game. He can jump with his Kamehameha, you can hold it, and it does automatically come out. Then he has some decent Ki Blast. I mean, those Ki Blast attacks are kind of trash. Like, you can easily, even though you could direct them stuff like that, you could easily beat them out with a super dash. But the Kamehameha is pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like Krillin should be used as a zoner. But the tool that I feel like it was pretty cool, his after image attack, is garbage. His after image attack is garbage. So the after image attack, you could feint his after image attack. And normally when you feint something so you can be safe and then you can punish from there. Normally, that's like in all rules of fighting, right? If I feint a punch at you, I should be able to be safe, right? So when you use a regular character like Goku and you try to use a stand heavy attack, some down heavy attacks, some down heavies will miss and Krillin can punish. But you could easily punish his move with a standing medium, down medium, whatever, and get a full combo just like so. Like, he's still unsafe after you feint his after image attack, which I don't understand at all. It's stupid. And then when you have a character like Frieza with a godlike standing down heavy attack, you can get punished easily. Like, I don't understand why he can't automatically block after his after image attack. I guess you have to use it with 18. You have to use his wife because to not get punished. I guess that's how it's supposed to work, but it's stupid. And like, even the enhanced version can be punished. And the enhanced version is easier to punish with a character like Goku because he runs towards the opponent. Now, if you just stick out a regular light attack, you're gonna the enhanced version is gonna punish it. But you can stick out the medium attacks and punish, or anything else. So his after image attack is pretty garbage. All you have to do is just make it when you feint the after image attack, you could immediately block, and that will make him a much better character. Like, I don't understand. And he has pretty trash air normals. Like, his air medium attack is pretty good. It's a double hitting move or stuff like that. But all his moves doesn't have no range. Like, anything he could do in the air besides the Kamehameha is really not that good. He has a little rock throw setups up in the corner that makes him a better character than he is. And I guess you could use the air at the image for pretty good stuff, but he's the worst character in the game. So yeah, I know I probably ranted on with the Krillin part of this video, but I'm kind of mad that Krillin is just so bad in this game like that. Like, and he has cool stuff to him too. Like, I feel like the after image thing is a good, like, it should be good, but it's garbage. And I don't know, man. I know how you can make Krillin better. I know the way. So Namco, if you want some suggestions from me about how to revamp Krillin and make him better, I definitely know how to make him better and make him a more valuable character. And it's nothing to do with changing his down heavy attack and nothing like that. Just little tweaks here and there to his special moves that can make him a way better character. But yeah, But yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. I know this is a very long tier list video, and I wish I could have showcased clips for every single character, but that would have made this video probably like an hour long if I showcased clips for every single character. So if you stuck through to the end of this video, salute to you. I want to hear everybody's opinions. I want to see people. I want to see everybody tier list. I want to have a discussion. I want to make this a debate. Do you feel like I'm bugging and I'm wrong in my tier list? Do you feel like my tier list is right? Do you feel like I got some of my tier list right, but some of it wrong? Do you feel like I rated the character too low? Do you feel like I rated the character too high? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the end of the road for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, and if you did, shout out to y'all. Smash the like button. If ever so happen that I have a new someone new coming to the channel off of this video, please subscribe. I really appreciate it, and check out some of the past content. I do Dragon Ball FighterZ content on the regular, so stay tuned for that. And can't wait till Wednesday, because you know what's coming Wednesday. That Broly and Bardock, what to do on Black. I'm not going to wait too long. I'm not even going to wait a couple of days on that. I'm just going to go straight to it. Or, let me know how you feel. Do you feel like I should really play the characters out, test them out, and then do what to do on Block? Or should I go straight to it? I think I'm going to just go straight to it. But if y'all feel like that's not the smart thing to do, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, hope all of y'all have a nice day. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this tier list video. Tell me how my tier list video matches up against other people's tier list video, or just my tier list period. Do you feel like I have a strong or a valid tier list or anything like that? Just let me know in the comment section below. But besides that, let me stop ranting on. Let me get out of here. Peace.
Till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth, till the